Hello, welcome to my presentation about business law. My name is Kenanya Miman, and today we are going to discuss offer letters. Before we get into anything complicated, let's review what a law of contracts are. A contract is an agreement between private institutions of people, businesses, and groups that are clearly explicitly written and creates obligations between the parties. The agreement can range from one party promising to serve both parties or to do or not to do an activity. A contract is legally enforceable, and a breach of contract, which means that one party has diverged from the agreement, they are able to take related party to court. Examples of a breach of contract is when a party cancels their deal suddenly, or misrepresents another party, or creates damages. In court, they are able to seek compensation for the distress that they have experienced. To make a proper and legal contract, there are 6 elements. First is the offer. It must include price, identification, subject matter, and time. One party can promise to do something or not to do something. Offers can then be accepted or rejected. Counteroffers can be made and both parties must accept the terms. It must be clearly accepted by both parties. It could have conditions or can be accepted by conducting an action, verbally or with a signature. Awareness means that both parties must be aware that they are entering the agreement. It is established that they are both fully consensually understanding the agreement that has been written out. Both parties must know what they are getting into. Consideration means that they have discussed the term and values that they have agreed upon, whether it's the length, compensation terms, legal burdens, and others. Capacity is regarding the status of the individual and the state of mind when they are signing the contract. Examples of people that are not of legal capacity are a minor, individuals under the influence, whether it's drugs or alcohol, individuals that lack understanding, whether it's a language barrier or a brain disorder, like dementia. Legality. The contract must stick by federal, state, and local laws. If they do not adhere by these laws and regulations, the contract would be void and no longer legal. So, how does a company hire a potential employee candidate? When a company finds a potential employee, they have an offer letter to describe the terms and employment and job description. What is an offer letter? An offer letter is given by the company to a potential employee that has the key terms of the position. It has details about the position that are clearly written out for the employee to understand and their responsibilities. It can also include other details that are important for the employee to begin their employment. We will be discussing further of what is in an offer letter later. It is also a binding contract for employment, often sent via email or the phone. The candidates are able to negotiate their offer letter with their employers, and they are usually sent by the recruiter or HR department. So, what is included in the offer letter? The first is the job title and description. Specify titles and responsibility, schedules, duties, requirements, work site, and other details. They also have important dates such as starting date, orientation, evaluation periods, timelines, etc. They also have compensation, benefits, and terms, which include the salaries, compensation, benefits, health insurance, 401k, and other coverages. They also have policies and culture, an explanation about the company policies, procedures, culture, and environment, an at-will statement, which provides the limitations and promises of employment terms and statements. They also have contingency, terms of hiring that have to be fulfilled before official employment. There are a list of documents that can be attached to the offer letter to create a more full contract, like a non-disclosure agreement, health insurance plan, and others. A non-disclosure agreement establishes confidentiality between employer and employee to protect sensitive information that the company might have. A health insurance plan would be a descriptive list of the employee's health coverage plans and cover amounts, whether it's for their individual or for their family. Other documents may include non-compete agreements, contingencies, background checks, and many more. Now let's put what we've learned into an in-real-life example. Let's take for example here the company Riot Games. It is a company that develops video games that is located in Los Angeles. In 2021, Riot Games is estimated to be worth $26 billion. It includes popular PC games such as League of Legends, Valorant, and Teamfight Tactics. Here we have Jamie Townsend. They have recently received a work offer to be employed by Riot Games. Ever since they were small, Jamie loved video games. Jamie is currently a senior in UCSD and has been offered a position as an analyst for Riot Games after many successful interview rounds. The salary offered is $85,000 with a start date of January. Considering all of these details, Riot Games have drafted an offer letter for Jamie. Here we have the company details, such as the company name, address, phone number, and other details. Moving down, we have important dates, such as the starting date, which here is January 3rd, 2022. They also added a contingency upon the successful completion of her undergraduate degree. They also added a contingency upon the successful completion of the undergraduate degree. Then we have the position description and compensation. The title is clearly written as gaming analyst with the base compensation of $85,000. They also added a one-time bonus of $5,000. They also added pay schedule and benefit details. They also could add more things such as their schedule, duties, requirements, work site, and others. The next page would be their health and 401k, which is their insurance and retirement plans. Clearly written here are their providers, the amount of coverage that they have, and what company that they go through. Here we also have vacation and PTO policies. As we can see here, they are entitled of 3 weeks of paid vacation a year and 5 days of sick days. They could also add any additional job details they might need. Here we have timesheets and expense reports, outlining how they could report their timesheets and expense reports. At the end, all is needed is a signature to seal the contract deal. In the bottom is the description of attached documents, which could be the non-disclosure agreement, health insurance plan, non-compete, background checks, and many more. Here is a non-disclosure agreement, which has the terms that the employee has to follow regarding confidential information, whether it's the company or third-party information that they have received. There are also details of restrictions, exclusivity of their intellectual property and assignments, the consequences if they were to breach the contract, and terms of termination. Other miscellaneous information include non-solicitation, notices, governing law, successors, partial invalidity, and many more. At the end, the employee has to sign for the contract to be valid.